Okay, so today I'm going to show you an app called Book Creator, which is an app I really like, particularly for student use. So I'm going to try and get my iPad screen up on the screen now. Hopefully you'll see that. Okay, so now we've got the iPad up. Let's get rid of my face so we can see what we're doing. Okay, so we'll open the app called Book Creator. You can see it in the middle of the screen here. If we click on that app to open it up, so it opens up books that I've already created in Book Creator. Now the idea of Book Creator is to create an interactive book, so we can insert images, sound and text and build up a fully interactive book. It's really simple to use. So let's start by creating a book. Down in the bottom of the screen here you can see the plus symbol. If we click that and click new book, okay, so we'll choose a portrait book. Okay, so we've got some blank pages and we can simply click right to open more pages and left to navigate through the book. You see in the top right hand corner of the screen here, this plus, this is where we add elements to the book. So if we click plus here, we add a photo, okay, and go to my camera roll. So I'm going to add a picture of Brad onto my book. I can resize it as you would most elements on most iPad apps, and then let's go ahead and add another item up here. We'll add some text. So my book about Brad. Okay, so we can drag that and you can see how simple it is to add elements to the book. So if we now click on the right hand navigation icon here, we can move to our new page. Again, simply clicking plus, we can add another element. This time if we choose photos and actually go to videos, it will view any of the videos that I've taken on my iPad and I can add those in. So I've got one here of myself. So we've added that in. You can see it adds a play icon automatically. If I click play, it will simply show it. Okay, so that's how simple it is to add elements into the book. Now I think the great thing about Book Creator is not particularly using it as a teacher, although I think it's worth you knowing how to use it, but all student iPads have this app on their device, and I think it's a brilliant way of them showing their understanding about a topic. Just asking them to create a resource, a lot of them are now starting to use Book Creator. It's a really good way of them showing their understanding, because what they can do is, if we move back, so say this was an image of coastal erosion, and we want the student to show their understanding of coastal erosion, as well as them being able to add some text down here, they can also add a narration over it. If I click add and add sound, then what we can do at this point is actually add some sound recording over the picture. So we click record. So this is my picture of Brad. Isn't it very nice? Okay, and you can see it's just simply added a little sound icon there. Clicking on the sound. So this is my picture of Brad. Isn't it very nice? Okay, so as I say, in the educational context, that's really good for students to be able to narrate over what they're doing and actually show their understanding of something. I like the idea of Book Creator being used to show their progress. So for example, they could show a piece of work, they could show an image of a piece of work and they could narrate over it and then show a later revision of that work and explain why they refined it and why they improved it. And that's, you know, a way of them clearly sort of showing progress through levels by actually recording narration over their elements of their work. So if we just look, if we go back up to my books, it takes through to all the books that we've got, and I'll show one here that actually a student created in Andy Cornick's lesson, and you can see that this student added text. They actually drew their angles on paper, took a picture of it, which enabled them to annotate it in here. What I would have really liked the student to do is to add some voice recording. They could have added voice in here, added sound, and they could have narrated over what the obtuse angle was. It's just been a nice way of making it a multimedia resource, and a great kind of revision resource for them in the future. So if we go back up to My Books, once you've got these books, what can they do with them? If they click down the bottom here, then they can email the book, so they could email it to the teacher, or they could export it as a PDF. Obviously, if they export it as a PDF, then they're not actually including the video and sound, but it's a nice way of getting the item out. If we go back into the book one more time, you see in the top right hand corner up here, if we click this arrow, then we can open it in several different things. So we could open it in Dropbox, for example, if we wanted to save it into our cloud storage. But importantly, if we open in iBooks, then this creates this actual multimedia book that we've created and puts it in our iBooks app. So it's now made a fully interactive ebook, and we can flip through the pages, as you can see. That's a nice piece of work by the student. Okay, I hope that helps.